Black man shot 20 times inside of the hospital. Inside of the hospital. Go to the video.
You twist my arm, sir.
In your room 9, he's still got a gun.
Go. Get your hand up. I got it up. Get your other hand up. Okay. Now. Get it up. Get your hand up. Get your hand up now. Get your hand up now. Now. Get your hand up. I am, sir. I am. Are you okay?
Yeah. Can't really move.
All right, I am, sir. I am, sir. I am. Can you just calm down, sir? Hand up now.
9/11, 96.
I said I can't get up, sir. I can't get up. Get your hand up. I don't care.
Let go of it. Let go of it.
I let go of it, sir. It's on the floor. Put your hand up now. Get your hand. Get your other hand up. My other hand is up, sir. Put it up above your head. Put it on your head. Get your right hand up. We're trying.
Other hand, dumbass.
Get your other hand on your head now. I'm just scared. Get your hand up. I'm just scared if I move, you're not going to shoot me. Put your hand on your head. I'm just scared if I put your hand on your head. I'm putting the gun down.
Get the hood down.
Get your hand down.
Davey.
Let go of the gun and put both of your hands up.
Davey. Davey, if you take my spot, I'm going to tase him.
Get your hand up now. Hand up.
Dana, quit waiting to do it. I got you.
Get your hand up. Go. I swear to God, dude.
Taser, taser.
You shot it.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
They killed him. They put 20 bullets inside of him. Here's the update to that story. The coroner has now officially ruled it to be obviously a homicide, okay? Now, this happened in Columbus, Ohio. We've been following this, not on Indisputable, but we've been following this, and now we know some details that you should know. Miles Jackson, let's put up his picture with his family. He's the man that was begging for his life and killed inside of the emergency room at the hospital in Ohio. According to the police report, Jackson allegedly had a gun tucked into his sweatpants, and the gun reportedly went off. That's what's on the report, which does not mean he opened fire at all. It just means the gun went off. That's what the police report says. Now, a medical examiner has ruled Jackson's death a homicide and reported that he was shot 20 times and suffered wounds to his head, chest, and abdomen. Earlier the same day, let me tell you how we got here. Earlier the same day, Jackson was reportedly taken to the same hospital he was killed in, Mount Carmel St. Anne's Hospital. That's in Westerville, for some kind of treatment. He was in the hospital for treatment. But Jackson walked away from the hospital and was later found passed out in a nearby parking lot. He's having a medical issue, which is why Westerville police were called. According to the AP, after a pat down where an officer previously cautioned for rushing his duties missed Jackson's gun, those officers followed medics back to the hospital where Jackson was met by Columbus police because he had a city warrant. A city warrant, all right? That means it's probably a traffic ticket. It's a city ordinance. He had a city warrant. That officer and the Columbus officers who shot Jackson were all white, okay? Miles Jackson was shot 20 times. It really seems like there had to be another way. Of course, Back the Blue advocates are going to immediately argue the shooting was justified and Jackson asked for it, despite him repeatedly asking for the opposite thing. To others, this is a clear case of police brutality, which is why, according to AP, protests in Columbus followed the shooting. At any rate, the AG's office concluded its investigation of the shooting in August and decided to forward it to the Franklin County prosecutor, who will determine if charges are to be filed against the cops involved. Now, there's a clear double standard here. A very clear double standard. I would just highlight a couple. This week, Indisputable covered an armed man who went to a sheriff's office to arrest the sitting sheriff. That's in Florida. His name is Robert Abel. The sheriff is the only female elected sheriff in the entire state. Not only was he heavily armed in Clay County, he tried to arrest the sheriff. He had his guns on him. He had ammunition, he had knives, he had a change of clothes, he had medication. He even had meals prepared. They were able to disarm him through physical combat. They did not shoot him. They did not kill him. Remember the video you just saw, one officer, a young lady, wanted to engage in a non-lethal element during that situation. She said, hey, I would tase him. A couple of weeks ago, Indisputable covered another situation. You see that guy? His name is Matthew Lands. He was wanted for murder. They negotiated with him. He killed a firefighter. They negotiated with him. He came downstairs. He stabbed a cop 6 times. After he stabbed the cop 6 times, they did not shoot him. They did not kill him. He then fights all of the police inside of that house, all the way to the outside of the house on the front yard, and then they finally shoot him to wound him. He was wounded. He stabbed a cop 6 times, and he goes to court. Clear, double standards. All right, we'll comment when we put this on social media about the law and about what the police are able to do. I want to bring this back quickly to a human conversation where humanity is actually valued. Is it possible that these cops jumped the gun, no pun intended? Could life have been preserved? They've done it plenty of times when we've seen white suspects in front of them. The issue is, are cops valuing the lives of black bodies, black people in front of them? And the answer is a resounding no. And that is the structure that has to change.